Hey guys, Dix Reported here, and I'm filming the AFC North and NFC North back-to-back, so you see this shirt in both videos, it's because I did them back-to-back. Let's talk about the AFC North. Alright, we're going to start with the Baltimore Ravens, and the two biggest question marks for the Ravens this year is the receiving core and their pass rush. I'm going to start with the receiving core. Last year, they were thought to have the worst receiving core last year, and to help out with that, they signed Sammy Watkins for free agency. They drafted Rashad Bateman and Tyjon Lindsey. And while they lost Willie Snead in free agency, the big question is going to be, how good is the receiving core going to be? If the Ravens want to get where they want to go to, their receiving core's got to step up. And it's not just with those three guys, it's also with guys like Hollywood Brown, Miles Boykin, Devin Duvernay. Who's going to step up in this receiving core? Now, their pass rush is also a big question mark. They lost Yannick Ngakoue and Matt Judon, and they did draft Odafe away in the first round. However, he's raw. Is he going to be ready right away? That's the big question. This pass rush is very important because Baltimore has prided itself on pass rush, but right now, we have no idea where the pass rush is coming from. You have guys like Tyson Bowser, who is more of a run stuffer, and Pernell McPhee is 32 years old. Who's going to generate a pass rush for Baltimore? And the last question is, how far can this team go? Last year they got to the divisional round and they lost 17-3 to the Buffalo Bills. Can this team get over the hump and get to the Super Bowl? Can Lamar Jackson finally get this team to the Super Bowl? That's the big question this year. For Cincinnati, the first thing is, how is Burrow's recovery going? Is he going to be ready to go by week 1? Burrow tore his ACL last year during his rookie season, and he had a pretty good rookie season up till that point. Is he going to be ready to go week 1? What's going to help him out is the offensive line. Cincinnati took a lot of criticism for not taking Penei Sewell in the first round, instead taking Jamar Chase. Now, they did take Jackson Carman in the second round, but he's more of a guard than a tackle. So that means they want Jonah Williams to be their left tackle. But he's had problems staying healthy throughout his short career. Can this offensive line step up? Can Williams stay healthy? Is Carman going to be a good player for them? This is a big question mark for them. Can this offensive line protect Burrow? If they cannot, Burrow's going to have another long season. And the last thing is, how's this rebuild of the defense going? The Cincinnati Bengals, they are starting to replace a lot of their aging veterans that they've had for years and starting to rebuild the defense. How's that going? How good is this defense going to be? That's a big question mark this year. Last year, Cleveland got back to the playoffs, and they beat the Steelers in the wildcard round, and they almost beat the Chiefs in the divisional round. Was last year a fluke, or is this a sign of things to come? That's the big question mark. Kevin Stefanski, in his first season as Browns head coach, did a tremendous job. How do they follow that up? How's Odell Beckham recovering? His first 2 seasons in Cleveland have not been kind to Beckham, and he lost a lot of last year due to an injury. How's his recovery going, and can we start to see the Odell Beckham Jr. of old, or is he still going to struggle in a Browns uniform? And lastly, can these cornerbacks stay healthy? Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams have had injury problems during their short NFL careers, and they drafted Greg Newsome in the first round, but he's also had some injury issues in college. Can these corners stay healthy? Because if they can, the Browns are going to have a tremendous cornerback group, but if they can't, they're going to have to rely on a lot of backup play, and that's a little scary. The biggest question with Pittsburgh is probably Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger's been there for years, but right now he's starting to show signs of slowing down. Is this Roethlisberger's last hurrah in a Pittsburgh uniform? Does he still have some football left in him? We're going to have to wait to find out. The Steelers' defense lost some big pieces in the offseason, with Steve Nelson getting cut and Bud Dupree leaving in free agency. That's pretty big. Both these players made an impact on that Steelers team. Now, how's this defense going to look? Especially with Devin Bush coming back from a torn ACL. Is he going to be ready to go? This defense has been a big part for the Steelers. They've had a championship caliber defense for the past few years now. How good are they going to be? And the last thing is this Steelers team starting to trend downward? Yeah, they were the last team to lose a game last year. However, they still had their ups and downs. And again, they lost in the wildcard round to the Cleveland Browns. What's going to happen this year? This is an unpredictable Steelers team. We have no idea what they're going to look like this year. This is just, they could be really good, they could be really bad. Nobody knows. Really, nobody knows, and we're not going to know until the season begins. Alright guys, that was the AFC North. Next up is the NFC North, and I'll see you next time.